After witnessing a dozen terror attacks in less than a year, residents of Sokombuzi village in Mandera town have been living on the edge. Their earlier fear had, thanks to the constant government reassurance, been replaced with a false sense of security. But their worst nightmare hit them in the wee hours of Tuesday morning yet again. Armed Al-Shabaab raiders murdered 14 people in an attack where a dozen other quarry workers suffered debilitating gunshot injuries. In here, it's a room that stinks of death. We are told 8 men died in here. The walls are bullet-ridden, very many of them, just a clear indication of the number of bullets and how determined the gunmen wanted to finish the men inside there. There were 8 in number. They couldn't run away because the windows cannot be penetrable. Right outside this compound is where the landlady of the house tried to stop the gunmen, but she was unfortunately shot at, and the goats that you're seeing being slaughtered here are just to mark her bravery. She's already been laid to rest, but the spirit to fight the gunmen lives on.
Kitu watu 3 hivi ama wawili hawakuwa wengi.
David Mungai, a survivor, tells us he saw the face of death in the 1 a.m. attack.
Mimi hata sijui, labda hiyo ni muujiza wa Mungu njoo. Hata sikujua ni nini kiliendelea njoo wakati nilipigwa mkono, sikusikia ni risasi. Nilifikiria nikajiwe tu kama nigonga.
The fact that on Tuesday night there was a blackout in nearly the entire Mandera town provided the terrorists with the perfect cover. Even this goat met the wrath of the lethal Al-Shabaab militiamen, who Northeastern Regional Coordinator described as locals.
And we believe that these Al-Shabaab militiamen are local Kenyan radicalized youth, because they know the terrain very well, they know the villages very well, and they were able to hide under the cover of darkness into the village there.
Even as the government acknowledged there was no intelligence on the attack, the response to the said attack has raised more questions. This is because the Mandera military barracks are less than a kilometer away, yet none of the terrorists was arrested or killed. Colleague quarry workers camping at the Mandera police station are now caught between a rock and a hard place. This is because they were asked to move to safer ground inside Mandera town after another terror attack in December last year, in which Al-Shabaab militants killed 36 non-Muslim quarry workers at their camps a few kilometers out of Mandera town.
But I believe that they put it within Mandera.
The question on many lips is, since 28 travelers who were aboard a bus heading to Nairobi were murdered, and after the massacre of quarry workers at Koromei in December last year, have any lessons been learned?
We shall be learning every other day as things continue. You know, these issues have been there for a long time, but you can see marked improvements.
The bodies of the 14 Kenyans are going back to their homes, not honorably, but yet again in body bags. The big question is, for how long would Kenyans be murdered in such macabre manner? Alex Kubasu for The Big Question in Mandera County.